Hey, how's everyone doing? I'm back, and I thought it would be good um, to have a little walkthrough of the homework. I'm going to do this probably for the next few weeks until we get really used to it as a process. But just like in any class that I teach, if people have questions, I'm always open to do like a review session. So I thought it would be fun to do it in this space too. So if you've done your homework already, you can pull it out and we'll walk through the questions. If you want to do your homework now, I'm going to include a link so you can go to the document and you can work together with me, or you can watch what I'm saying and then go and do the homework. However you want to do it, it's a free space and it's all good. So if you have your homework, go ahead and pull it out. And I'm going to bring us back to top of this one. So lessons learned, lesson one, there is nothing wrong with you. So please, I hope you have at least listened to the podcast, the first episode, lesson one, so you know what I'm talking about. So it puts everything into context and then come in and do the homework assignment. So we're just going to walk through the questions. I'm going to give you my answers because I did the homework as well. And then invite you to put comments or questions you may have in the chat, and invite you to come back again for lesson two next week. All right, so here we are. Question one. Many of our struggles with dating and relationships can be traced back to where we learned them. Take a moment to reflect on where you learned about love, dating, and relationships. I talked about that a lot in the video, where sometimes we may start to think that there's something wrong with me. Why can't I find the kind of relationship I'm looking for? Or why can't I find anybody? It must be something wrong with me. And more so, it's probably where you learned about dating and relationships and all those things. Our brains work very well, but they only work on the information that is given to us. Take a moment to reflect on where you learned about love and dating and relationships. Um, so in the video, I talked about where I learned about love, the early years. A lot of it was through television. I was a latchkey kid as a child, so when I came home, TV was on. I always joke that my TV was my babysitter. So I learned a lot about relationships through TV. And what do you learn when you watch a lot of TV about relationships and dating? Um, as a writer, I know that now as an adult, the endings are designed to provoke a certain response in the audience. It's scripted. It's a slated end, where normally it's a happily ever after. Or I think sometimes I lately feel like there was a season in Hollywood where couples didn't end up together. They thought that was good drama. You didn't end up together, but it was a manipulation, is what it is. This formula ends in this result, and that is not reality. Um, Relationships are a lot more complex. TV or movies, it's a relationship is condensed down to an hour or a half hour or 2 hours, not a months, years process. So not realistic, I can say, what I've learned from TV and movies. I put especially Disney because I was a Disney girl. I still am a Disney girl. No shade against Disney, but as an adult, we can look at it through the lens of reality and see what's real and what's not. But as a child, I fully expected that my handsome prince would come riding and sweeping me away from all of my problems. Still waiting. But yeah, I think and Disney also set up expectations about women. If you think about that, it wasn't until Beauty and Beast the first time where you saw a woman who wasn't necessarily pining away for her dear prince, but she was reading and she was helping out with the family business and all these things. That was new. Before that, the princess was just kind of lounging around or knocked unconscious like Snow White and waiting for the prince to come rescue her, instead of taking ownership. We see a lot more ownership into the more modern Disney, but the older Disney, which is what I grew up with, there was not ownership. There was waiting for your handsome prince. And then your friends. I learned a lot in the girls' bathroom or sitting in the back of the bus. Conversations that we had about sex, about honestly, there was nothing about character or the quality of the person, just cute and sex. That's all we talked about was those two things. He's cute. There's, you know, I will say this, tying it back to movies. In my teen years, there was a real push in Hollywood toward these, oh, best word for it, but there was a whole lot of movies about people losing their virginity. That was the thing. And I think that filtered into our conversations when I was a teen. Um, Nothing about how precious it was, or maybe you may want to wait. Oh, those conversations never came up, but it was about this is something we got to get rid of and as fast as possible. And sometimes it was, we don't even care who it is. And think about that, something as precious as your virginity, even if you didn't wait till you got married, you want it to be somebody special, at least not just some random person you got drunk with. But that's what I learned, and where I learned a lot of my early information about relationships and dating. And you can see why that could lead to a lot of problems. The other place I will say, I didn't put it in my homework, but I thought about it later, was from my mother, who I adore. She's in heaven, and she's was an amazing mom. Um, but later in life, I realized that my mom really had a passion in her heart for taking care of people and helping people, even people that maybe she should not have tried to help or let God help that person. So she took care of people, even though it may have ended up in her being hurt or wounded. I think she thought, if I love this person enough in the right way, they will love me back, or they will get themselves together. And we know that doesn't always work. But I noticed a pattern, I guess in my 20s, of like trying to take care of people, trying to be a caregiver. Sorry about that. My battery was running low. I had to go plug in. But comment below and share some of the places where you learned about love, or if your places are like mine, then agree. If you agree, if you disagree, feel free to share below. And we'll go on to the next question. Do you see any problems or faulty beliefs that you may have picked up from the sources you identified above? I talked about some of it already, but from TV, yeah, more of a value and importance or emphasis placed on appearance, and very little on qualities, characteristics of the person, of the man. So yeah, that's a problem. Number two, I think I got this mostly from Disney, but media in general: be fun, be cute, be nice, be agreeable. You know, don't speak up for yourself, don't make waves, don't rock the boat. And then the third thing I said was that sex was a major milestone or accomplishment. I got that a lot from movies, and also talk with the girls in the back of the bus and in the girls' bathroom. Not an emphasis on putting value on your body and focusing on treating it as something that's to be treasured, but you just got to get rid of it to whoever at the time. And as you can see, as you would think, then that sends a message that your body isn't as valuable, isn't as precious. Sex isn't something that's sacred. And there are lots of consequences that can come from that, which you probably already know, but we will touch upon a little later. All right, so that's question 2. And comment below if you have anything else you want to add to that, other things you learned. I'd be interested to see some of the problems that you identified from the sources that you learned about love and dating and relationships from. And so we go to number 3. Had you ever started to believe that when it comes to relationships, there must be something wrong with you? I don't know why I moved it that far. There we go. Have you ever started to feel that there must be something wrong with you? And where or why did you start to feel that way? Talk about that below. I will say it wasn't until I started dating, the online dating thing, and I was going on these dates, and the men I was talking to, they were like, wow, you have seem like you have all these great qualities. You're educated, you got your own place, you got all these great things, you're attractive. What's why are you still single? Why are you still single? Why are you still single? I got that question almost every first date. Um, and after a while, it started to click in my head. Well, I don't know. Maybe there is something wrong with me. Something's wrong. Because I think that was kind of the hidden message behind that question. Well, what's wrong? You have all these things going for you. What's wrong with you? Why are you so single? And that was the first in that time period where I started to really think about and question, is it me? Is there a problem with me? Um, Now I can answer that question now and I can say no, and that, God has different plans for me. And I fully believe that God has a different purpose for me, and it is his will for me to be married, but I know he has someone very special selected for me. And I believe that fully. So I have the answer now, but at the time I was just like, oh, maybe there is something wrong. But when you operate with that mindset, um, one, it can really take a major toll on your self-esteem. Um, you enter into relationships thinking that there's a problem, and then you should be grateful that this person is wanting to spend time with you. If you're so damaged, there must be something wrong. And then you may be more willing to hang into a relationship that's not good for you because you think there really is something wrong with you. So we don't want to embrace it, but we want to identify it. If that is a thing, we want to identify, where did that message first come from, and start to sink into you. So feel free to share and comment below. All right. And so we looked at a lot of negative things. Question 4, we're going to focus on some positives. So let's talk about what is right. What are you bringing that is good into any relationship? Our focus is on dating and romantic relationships, but if you haven't been in one, I want you to focus on friendships and family as well. What are the strengths? What are those positive qualities, the good things that you bring into a relationship? And if you feel really up to it, if you're adventurous, ask your partner, ask your family, ask your friends, what do you see in me? That's good. What are the good things that I bring to any relationship? And put that there. So these are things I've heard over the years, and things I just believe about myself as well. That, one, I'm a really good listener. I'm not as quick to jump in and just trample over your story to tell you all about mine. So I'm a good listener. I love good conversation, and I feel like I can talk to almost anybody about anything. Good conversation. I am supportive. I am a cheerleader. You tell me you have a dream, I am on your side, and I'm trying to help you figure out how can we make this happen. I support you. And I come from a very supportive family. If there's a school play, a graduation, a something, we are there. Somebody in my family is going to be in the car, in that audience, to represent us in that space. And I picked that up from them. So I am very supportive. I like to think of myself as fun. I've been told I'm fun. Tie that together with the next one. I like to try new things, as long as it's not death defying or illegal. I'm up for it. I love a good phone call. Let's go road trip. I like that. Anything. I love to laugh. So I think of myself as a very fun, and I think relationships should be fun. If your relationship is stressful and you're arguing all the time, that's a problem, because relationships should enhance your life, not make it more stressful. I'm intelligent. I have a lot of good education, a lot of degrees, but there's more to intelligence than math and reading. But spiritual intelligence, artistic intelligence, I have lots of different emotional intelligence. I think I'm a kind person. I strive to be a kind person. I wake up every day looking for opportunities to be a blessing. At night before I go to bed, I ask God, show me ways I can bless someone. So I try to be kind, and I pray. I pray a lot. I'm praying right now as I'm talking to you. And even if you're not a prayer person or a Christian, if I know you're going through something, I'm going to pray for you. I may not pray in your face, I may go to bed that night and say a prayer for you. So even if you don't want my prayers, I'm probably praying for you. So I could go on and on and on because I think I have a lot of great qualities that I bring to a relationship. And I want you to be thinking about that as well. There's nothing wrong with you, but you bring a lot of good into any space that you enter. And you really want to be thinking about that whenever you enter a relationship. You should not be just grateful that this person wants to spend time with you. This person has the honor and privilege of being with you because you bring all of these things to the table. When they encounter you, they're getting all these great qualities. And I want us to keep thinking about that in any relationship, romantic, friendship, work relationship. This is who I am, and this is who I'm bringing to the table. These are the qualities I'm bringing to the table. 5 then, what are some areas where you need improvement? So we're great, we're awesome, but we're not perfect, right? We are not perfect. So you can comment also for 4, put in the comments some good things that you bring, but also think about and put comments in there. Where are those areas that we need improvement? And if you think you are perfect, you probably wouldn't be listening to this podcast. And it keeps us stuck. So if there are issues that are keeping you from finding that type of relationship that you've been longing for, we first have to acknowledge what are areas where I can improve. I use the word improve. I didn't say bad. What are the bad things you bring to a relationship? Because that means judgment and shame. But we all can improve. So this is what I said. Being more authentic. And this I've been working on for a while, and I think I've gotten a lot better. All of these I can say I've gotten better, but I'm still a work in progress. But I think one of the reasons why I struggled in finding the relationships I've always wanted is me not being fully me in a relationship. And I can link that to the next part of that sentence, being a people pleaser. And when you're a people pleaser, you're not really yourself because you're always agreeing. You're always going along with everyone wants. And for the average person, that can get very boring in a relationship. You know, if you're never willing to push back, if you're never willing to challenge a person, it doesn't mean you got to be fighting and argumentative, but just being yourself and saying, nah, I don't really want to see that movie. I don't really agree with that political stance that you just took, sir. You know, it's okay. And it's okay. And for so long, I was under this mindset that for many reasons, I just don't want to rock the boat. I want peace. I don't like to argue. I don't like it. So I just went along with whatever people said. I tried to be so agreeable. But for that reason, I started to lose who I was. And therefore, the people I was dating never really got to know me. And for some, they could sense that. And that's why those relationships didn't work. So I've been working on being much more authentic and not so much being a people pleaser. And for those of you who struggle with people pleasing, if you dealt with a dysfunctional household as a child, if you dealt with sexual abuse as a child, you may have developed people pleasing as a coping mechanism. Don't rock the boat so there's no drama and chaos in the household. Don't rock the boat so that I'm not being attacked or assaulted. That is a very common strategy when we talk about freeze, fight, or flight. The other F in that is fawning, and that is people pleasing, trying to keep your abuser happy so that they just leave you alone. And sometimes, if that is your coping style as a child, you may grow up continuing to use that coping style. So you got it, honestly, but we don't want to stay stuck there, right? We're safe. We don't need that anymore. So it's time to let it go. Boundaries, yes. Part of being a people pleaser, then you just say yes to everything and everybody. And that can leave you feeling very overwhelmed, stretched, exhausted, and again, not being your full self. How could you be your full self, your authentic self, if you're just being spread out in 1,000 different things, doing things you don't want to do just because you think it may make someone else happy? So I've been building in my boundaries. And I would say probably my more recent boyfriends would say, where were all these problems? I've never seen these things because I'm quick to say no. But it was a time when I was yes, Yes, sure, come over at 11 o'clock. Sure, yes. So still much better, but still working on these things. And I acknowledge that. And then just commitment. And by that, I mean, though I know and want a long lasting, happy relationship, sometimes when I get in that space of a relationship, I can feel it's not always a dating situation. I can feel like almost like suffocation, like almost like I can't breathe in this relationship. I can't breathe. And I'm still working that part out. But there's been other relationships when that hasn't been an issue. I don't know. It must be some people that I don't know. Still working on that part. But just being open to commitment and being comfortable in it. That's the word I'm looking for. Just to be able to sit in it and feel comfortable and not worry that it's going to end, that the other shoe's going to drop and this is not going to last. So why fully give my heart? I think I figured it out right here. Look at that. I just gave myself some therapy. So just working on that and just feeling comfortable, trusting that who God brings into my life is there for a reason, and not being so tight that I can't just relax and enjoy it because I'm so worried that it's going to go away. Okay? So feel free to share the areas that you think you need to improve upon or need improvement. All right. So those are the discussion questions, and then we're going to put all that together into this next exercise. So based on everything that you learn, I want you to write a letter to yourself, right? The whole point of lesson 1 was to drive it into everyone's head that there is nothing wrong with you. The mistakes you've made, the choices you've made, have come from somewhere, wherever you've been learning or wherever you were taught about love and dating and relationships. Our brains work perfectly if it used the information you gave and this was the outcome. And we know that we are fearfully and wonderfully made, Psalm 139:14. But our perfect brains can learn things that aren't helpful, but we can also unlearn those things and now learn new things. And that's what we're going to be doing all through these love lessons, is just learning new habits, new mindsets, new behaviors that will lead us to the type of relationships that we truly want and deserve. Okay, so what we're going to do in this last part of your homework assignment, you're going to write a love letter to yourself. A letter to yourself. I guess it doesn't have to be a love letter, but it's going to be from you to you, so it should be love there. I want you to think about, as we go through this letter, how you're going to respond. Don't feel like you have to, scroll down here, make it fit into these lines. So if you want to print it out and just write it by hand, don't feel like you have to fit everything into box. You don't even have to use this letter. You can write your own letter to yourself and say it in your own words. This is just a template to guide you. I want you to put the data at the top because as you're going along this journey, there may be times when you feel discouraged, and I want you to be able to reflect back on this letter, pull up this letter, and see how far you've come in your progress, and also understand and remind yourself of why you're doing this, right? So I'm not going to read my letter to you. That's personal. I practically read my whole letter to you in the first podcast. But I'm going to walk through and just give you some comments about what to be thinking about as you're doing your own letter. So today, this date, again, put it in there because we want to be able to reflect. We're taking a major step forward to the kind of relationship you've always dreamed of. Remember, you wanted to do this because. And so what is your why? Why do you want to do this? Why did you check into this podcast? I want to get married. Not everyone here wants to get married. So what is it for you? I want to develop healthier relationships so I can model that for my children. I want to break generational curses. I just want to be free and happy and not anxious in relationships. Whatever your reasons are, put that there. So remember, you wanted to do this because. And whatever your reasons, it's a valid reason. Whatever it is, it's a valid reason. And as we begin this process, remember, there is nothing wrong with you. I feel like I've said it 1,000 times. throughout this podcast, but it's true. There's nothing wrong with you. Your earliest lessons about love and relationships came from. So think about what you put in question 1 and you put it here, or put something else here, but wherever you learn. So from me, from TV, from friends at school, put that in there. All of that may have caused you to believe that you were broken and damaged, because wherever you learned those the lessons about love in your past, it obviously did not put you in the type of relationships that you wanted, and you may start to believe that there is something wrong with you, that you are broken, that you are damaged goods, and we know the devil is a liar. There is nothing wrong with you. In reality, you are fearfully and wonderfully made. Psalm 139. Already, you bring so many great qualities to any relationship, qualities like, and go back up to that question. I think that was question 4. Yeah, question 4. So you can just pull that right from question 4 and pop it in right here. What are those qualities, those strengths, those great things that you bring to a relationship? Put that right there. Okay? Or add more. Write 100 things, whatever it is for you. But now we're about to go an exciting venture, one of discovering what healthy love really looks like. Along the way, you'll celebrate victories, change old beliefs, and perhaps even surprise yourself. There may even be moments that feel uncomfortable. Remember, growth often begins just outside of our comfort zone. If you were comfortable, there's no reason to change. There's no reason to push the boundaries. But pushing the boundaries and stepping into the unknown, that's where you discover the next thing God has for you, the great things God has for you. I hope you'll laugh, reflect, dream, and learn. I hope you'll become more. So this is where you're going to put your response to question 5. If you're not sure, you can put whatever you want here again. But those areas where you could improve, where you need growth. So I would put the things I was saying about people pleasing, about commitment. I will put that here in this part of my letter. And then most of all, I hope you discover that the healthiest relationship you'll ever have, you'll ever build, begins with the one you have with yourself and with God. And that's where we're starting with our love lessons. We have to focus on ourselves. If you jump in and think, well, I just need to find this perfect person, or the person I'm with, I need to figure out how to make them perfect. One, you're going to be beating your head against the wall, because the only thing we can control is ourselves. But that's the good thing. The only thing we can control is ourselves, and we can make changes. We can do things differently, and that can bring in a better result in our lives. So it begins with us and begins with our relationship with God, because God will be with you through this whole journey. He will help you. And some of you may feel like, God hasn't helped me at all. Yeah, he has. I mean, you're still here, right? You're still here. And God loves marriage. God loves you. And God loves whoever your future partner may be, or the partner that you currently have. He's rooting for you. He wants to help you. All we have to do is ask and be open to what he has to say. And that's where we're going to get through some of that throughout this process. Be patient with yourself. Be honest with yourself. Those are so key as we move forward. You got to be patient. You got to be honest. And we have to celebrate every small step. Sometimes you're going to move at lightning speed, and sometimes it's going to feel like you've been stuck at one stage for weeks or months. But just remember to celebrate every step of this journey and have fun. I plan to have fun. I enjoyed doing the first podcast. I hope you have fun with this process. It's not supposed to be all tears, though we may cry together. I hope it's a lot more laughing, looking at ourselves and laughing at ourselves and past decisions and seeing growth and all those things. I know that I am cheering for you every step of the way. And you are cheering for yourself, because this is your letter to you. You are cheering for yourself every step of the way with love, and you sign it however you want to. Whatever you call yourself, put that with love. Okay? That is your homework. So I hope you take the time. As you were watching this video, maybe you paused and answered as you went along the way, or you watched the whole thing and now you're ready, or you did yours already and you're just seeing my feedback. But keep going. We're going to move into lesson 2 in the next podcast, where we're going to start to figure out what is love. And we'll be parked there for a minute, but it's going to be really eye-opening. So that's all I have for today. And I hope you found this very helpful. Feel free to pass this video along to a friend, anybody you think who's been complaining about her love life or his love life and could use some advice, some support. That's where I come in. And feel free to like and subscribe, because that helps me as well. Helps keep the channel going. So thank you, and I will see you in lesson 2. Bye-bye.